YouTuber buys wife Lamborghini to celebrate her filming an adult scene with another man. Now, I talked about this a little bit on a different video, but let's get into it. So, outraged fans have slammed the YouTuber for gifting his adult star wife a luxury car after she was featured in an adult video with another man who claims he is better in bed than her husband. Which, by the way, I saw a little bit of this interview online of basically it's like the interview of an MVP sports athlete, like the top dog in a sports athlete type of situation, right? Like let's just say the top player in a basketball game, like as a perspective, right? That's basically how this interview was kind of almost seeming like. And you had this interview lady that was asking these questions, basically fangirling over the dude that was featured in this. And the kinds of stuff that the guy was saying was just smacking down and just completely disrespecting the YouTuber who's called Adam22. And it's just kind of funny, right? Because it's just so over the top. Like this whole thing is over the top. And Adam22, which is the YouTuber, this guy's already making multiple millions of dollars and is doing all this sort of stuff for media attention because he knows that a certain percentage of the people that are going to see all this content is going to be subscribing to him and his wife's adult stuff or membership websites, plus also watching all of his content, just generating him massive amounts of money, right? This is kind of a situation where even bad press is very beneficial to this YouTuber. Because what people don't understand, when you are able to get so many impressions for free, that is basically just leading to revenue generating platforms or paths, it gets kind of crazy, right? Because this has probably gotten over a few multiple hundreds of millions of impressions. They've probably gotten in total, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 million actual views on their own content, which then leads to people on to their own more private stuff that actually costs money to watch. So we're talking about that they could potentially have made multiple millions of dollars in recurring revenue, so that they're making it every single month on top of that, right? Plus, the brand recognition is insane. Now, personally, I wouldn't go down this path, but I definitely understand why they did it in terms of the monetary perspective. My only thing is he originally said before that he was not okay with this, but then changed his tune. Probably because he got convinced by his wife, but still. So Adam22 bought his spouse Lena a $270,000 neon green Lamborghini for sleeping with fitness influencer Jason Love. Now, he's not really a fitness influencer. He's a dude with a massive hot dog that apparently is I don't know, like this. So imagine you got basically a Fairlife bottle for your hot dog, basically, right? That's basically what he's known for. So the married couple first copped backlash when Adam said Lena's adult scene, which was the first time she slept with another man since the start of their 7-year relationship, was amazing for their lives. It's officially been a week since I let my wife do adult stuff with another guy, he tweeted. I felt a little jealous at first, but overall it wasn't that big a deal. She's watched me sleep with hundreds of girls and it's never affected our relationship. Sleeping with that gentleman has been amazing for both her career and our business. Lena, also known as Lena the Plug. Wait, hold on. Did he buy her a $270,000 car or a $400,000 neon green Lambo? Like, what's the actual price of this Lambo? Like, what the hell? This is like $130,000 difference. That's just insane. Okay. So Lena, also known as Lena the Plug, claimed the experience left her in pain for days because she had sex for 40 minutes and alleged her co-star's penis was bigger than her husband's. The thing is, I don't think it's necessarily alleged because like this guy is known for the size of his Johnson, right? And apparently is like 7 inches thick according to the interview. So Jason later stirred the pot some more by suggesting that he was better at doing the X-rated act with Lena than what her husband could. I 100% still effed Lena better, he said in an interview with the Fan Bus. I'm pretty sure it probably felt different for her because love is involved in emotions, but as for the physical aspect of getting effed, obviously, yes, I did it better. Now, in a bid to get the last laugh, Adam surprised Lena with the luxury vehicle before sharing her reaction on TikTok. Okay, Lena, I'm so proud of you for doing your first ever scene that I decided that I wanted to get you a little something nice. Open your eyes, Adam said. In response, Lena, who was wearing a fluorescent pink strapless dress which exposed a lot of cleavage, let out a shrieking scream. What? This is for me? Oh my god, she said before the couple plunged into a quick display of public affection. I really get to keep this, Lena asked, to which Adam responded, ending at anything for you, my queen. Oh my god, I have a nicer car than you now, Lena boasted before the video ended. And Adam's gift to Lena comes despite the adult star openly admitting she had more fun in bed with Jason because it was a new experience. I did enjoy Jason's new dick, she told YouTuber Aiden Ross in a recent interview. Everything new is interesting and fun. I have had sex with one person for 7 years. Well, technically, she had sex with one guy for 7 years. And although Adam is very exciting to me sexually, a new experience is always going to be a little more interesting and different. She also detailed how big Jason's penis was while appearing on her husband's podcast. I was in a lot of pain for a few days, so having sex it was reupholstered, she said. But I don't believe that a vagina stretches from having sex once for 40 minutes with a bigger dick. While Adam appeared to be okay with the fact that his wife had ultimately cheated on him with another man, it was clear by his followers' reactions to the car they were quite baffled by the whole situation. Now, every time she drives it, it's going to remind her of love, one person mocked. Damn, let his wife have sex with Jason Love, then bought her a Lamborghini. Outrageous, another person commented. I can't lie, bro, I feel humiliated for you watching this, a third comment read. And Adam22 shot to fame after establishing his podcast, No Jumper, in 2015, where he talks with high profile public figures such as American rappers like the late Juice WRLD, the late XX Tentacion, and Tekashi 69. Okay. So let's check out some of these comments. By the way, if you stumble upon this, feel free to give your thoughts. The thing is, a lot of people will have like judgments about this. To me, I don't really care. The only thing that I thought it was weird was that he was previously against this and then was like, okay, yeah, let's do it, all for the money, right? It's just kind of weird because he blatantly was against it before in a different podcast, like a year ago or like 7 months ago. So that was kind of interesting to see. It's like kind of like saying, "Hey, I'll never eat meat because I'm a vegan," and then like 7 months later, you start just diving into like a bowl of like beef, right? Kind of weird, right? But the thing is, they're still adult stars. They've been basically adult stars for practically 7 years, right? Adam is kind of like an odd guy where he has partaked in a lot of different weird stuff and doesn't really have the same like moral compass as a normal person, right? Just because of like what he has done in the past, etc. So to like view him the same as like practically like a blue collared guy married to his like stay at home wife kind of thing is kind of weird, right? Like they're both adult actors. They both partake in like a lot of drugs. They both basically get involved into a lot of different things. It just seems kind of like weird to like put this like moral label on them when they were never really that way to begin with. Disgusting and also the saddest thing I've read today. If he's smart, he leases, so when they file for divorce, the lender is the one who ends up with it. Does anyone want to take bets on how long this relationship will last? The thing is, this relationship will probably last for a while, just because this isn't something too out of the norm for them in terms of them filming adult content, right? What kind of a man allows that? A dude that really likes to make a lot of money. Because I think the guy's like goal is probably to like try to get to like a monthly income of probably like $4 or $5 million, with more than that, right? Because I think he's looked up to a lot of other podcasters, interviewers, etc. And some of those guys I think are making like 100 million a year. So he's probably wanting to get close to that number. So who knows? This is what weak men do. This is what men who are obsessed with making money do. And attention. She loves BBC. What a simp. Nasty, nasty people. Weird. What a cuck. A lot of people are not liking this. Cuck. I'm not even sure what I just read. People actually watch this moron. The thing is, he gets a lot of views and a lot of downloads too. Like this guy is not like a guy who only gets like one view. This is a guy who gets like millions upon millions of views. So like let's put it into perspective, right? So no jumper social blade. Let's see. So in the last 30 days, his No Jumper podcast has gotten 18.628 million views. Let's just say 18.6 million views. Now, on like the estimated yearly earnings for this YouTube channel, just the YouTube channel, not like the podcast downloads, etc., right? Is anywhere from like 55,000 a year to like nearly $900,000 a year. The thing is, he has talked about his revenue before, and he makes from his podcast about 2 million a month, right? About that. Well, technically, like from his like both his podcast and his other stuff combined, about 2 million a month. I think just the podcast alone is about 1 million a month, right? Not including like really good sponsorships or anything like that, just purely in like ad revenue. So he does really well. He gets a lot of attention. He can sell products very easily. He sells content, which is basically free to make. So, yeah, with like a following of 4.62 million subscribers, he's got over 1.5 billion video views on his YouTube channel. Yeah, he's going to be fine financially. Him and his wife are probably going to be okay too. It's just, it's kind of interesting to see what people are willing to do for attention and money. Like, what are you willing to do for 2 million a month? Now, the thing is, because of this whole thing, they're probably, again, higher. They're probably at like a 3 mil a month mark now, which is pretty insane. So, would you do something like this if you were married for 3 million a month? A lot of people would. Like, there's going to be a good amount of people that would be willing to go down this path because their moral being is a little bit different than another person's. So, it's just something to think about. Now, personally, I wouldn't go down this path.